Her argument here is that they're biased. They're biased towards our big, beautiful boy. And she can't show that they're biased towards our big, beautiful boy without spending most of the time talking about all the other ways in which the media and numerous other organs that are completely irrelevant to the feds are biased towards our big, beautiful boy. This is a 5 talking about the Trump docs case, dick riding him. Here.
Donald Trump gets unsealed. The former president getting hit with 37 charges in the classified documents case. Trump's aide also getting...
Thank you, Chatter, for sending this. This is what I mean when I say synchronicity. Chatter is perfect here. This is like, let's see what they had to say when Donald Trump got charged.
Being indicted. The feds say there are 2 instances of Trump showing classified material to people, including a military plan of attack against an unnamed country. Trump's accused of directing an aide to move documents out of a storage room before an FBI subpoena. The DOJ also claiming that Trump suggested to his lawyer that they should hide or destroy the documents. The former president will appear in federal court Tuesday in Miami and is proclaiming his innocence.
And we had tremendous...
You could just hire a guy. Yeah, dude, I could, except it would not be the same. Let's get back to the video, though. Okay? Let's see what the 5 had to say when Donald Trump was the one who was under the same exact crosshairs. And more, actually, and then some.
Support. But that was a hoax and a scam. And now they're doing it again. It's just a continuation, 7 years. I'm an innocent man. I did nothing wrong. And we will fight this out just like we've been fighting for 7 years. It would be wonderful if we could devote our full time to making America great again.
Special counsel Jack Smith breaking his silence, but not taking questions on why he decided to indict Trump.
Our nation's commitment to the rule of law sets an example for the world. We have one set of laws in this country, and they apply to everyone. It's very important for me to note that the defendants in this case must be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in a court of law.
Joe Biden saying that he doesn't know what the Joe Biden DOJ was doing.
President Biden, have you spoken to Attorney General Merrick Garland yet?
I have not spoken to him at all. I'm not going to speak to him. I have no comment on what happened.
And the liberal media has been popping the champagne since the news broke.
I don't know. It's sad and it's shocking, but it's also kind of it makes me feel a bit relieved.
Line by line by line of this indictment lays out calculation, deliberate misconduct.
You can see the voluminous nature of this, that they have the goods and the receipts. It is bad news. I have never seen anything hit Donald Trump this hard.
That sound that you hear is silence, largely from Republicans in these moments. Maybe they're reading this 50-page document.
The taped conversation, is that a smoking gun?
Do they consider as part of a potential plea offer something that would proscribe him from...
God, the role reversal is fire.
Again. Judge Jeanine Pirro, you've been reading the indictment. How would you characterize it?
You know, I am so livid right now. I am furious. I have spent over 3 decades in a system that I believe in. I'm a believer. But today, I am no longer a believer. What you've got is a weaponized Department of Justice, Department of FBI, and CIA. We saw it from the time he came down that escalator. They started with the Russia collusion hoax, and we know that Hillary Clinton made it up. She even told a president, the Durham report, she told Biden and she told Obama she was going to do it to get rid of her email scandal. So what did they do? The FBI lied. They went to a FISA court judge. They lied 3 more times. They needed to get this guy. And then they violated the Fourth Amendment rights of one American and spied on a presidential candidate. And we now know it was all a hoax started by Hillary Clinton. But that wasn't enough. Then what we had is the FBI telling social media, you can expect that there's going to be Russian disinformation in the form of a Hunter Biden laptop. And that's when they interfered with the presidential election for the second time. And 51 CIA.
It is pretty telling that the bulk of her argument is completely irrelevant to the situation that she's trying to defend. Her argument here is that they're biased. They're biased towards our big, beautiful boy. And And she can't show that they're biased towards our big, beautiful boy without spending most of the time talking about all the other ways in which the media and numerous other organs that are completely irrelevant to the feds are biased towards our big, beautiful boy. I do love it, though. She's like,
to get this guy. And then they violated the Fourth Amendment rights of one American and spied on a presidential candidate. And we now know it was all a hoax started by Hillary Clinton. But that wasn't enough. Then what we had is the FBI telling social media, you can expect that there's going to be Russian disinformation in the form of a Hunter Biden laptop. And that's when they interfered with the presidential election for the second time. And 51 CIA intelligence agents. So we've got the DOJ, the FBI, the CIA say, oh, this is Russian disinformation, when we know damn well it wasn't Russian disinformation. And now what you've got is a loser prosecutor, Jack Smith, who's been slapped down by the United States Supreme Court in one of his
okay, we still haven't talked about the actual facts of the matter.
That if I were a lawyer, I would give up my law license. I'd be so embarrassed hiding under a rock. He's the one who prosecuted John Edwards. He's got a political agenda. And this is all over a Presidential Records Act, which is a civil suit, a civil issue. And so what they do is they put out this narrative indictment. Oh, this is a story of wrongdoing, national defense. And let's put in espionage. We can kind of tie it into the Russian collusion. So people will say, oh, it could have been the Russians. This is nonsense. And I want to know, how many documents were altered? How many documents were destroyed? Zero. But who destroyed 33,000 documents that she lied about over and over again?
And then moving on to Hillary Clinton. There you have it, dude. Not even hitting the arguments. Basically just like spent the entire time being like, Donald Trump, the most innocent man of all time, bullshit case, liberals at it again, pivot back to Hillary Clinton. She spent almost 0 seconds on the actual information.
Hillary Clinton. She destroyed them. That was tampering with evidence. That was obstruction of justice. And did the DOJ, the FBI care? They didn't give a damn. But now they care. What are they so afraid of? Let him run for office. And if he loses, then that's the end of it. I hate a country that is akin to a third world country. This is a banana republic. When you indict one guy running for president and the guy who's doing it is some old geezer who says, you know what? I don't know anything about it. The day, by the way, the day that we finally get under threat of contempt of the head of the FBI, we finally get a 1023 from a credible FBI source. Credible, $200,000 worth of credibility the FBI paid him, saying Joe took $5 million, Hunter took $5 million from Ukraine. And I'm not done yet. I'll tell you something else. This whole thing with Ukraine, why the heck is everybody going to Ukraine? Why do we put billions and billions and billions of dollars into Ukraine? What the heck is going on over there? Randy Weingarten going to check out education. And Joe Biden goes over there in January of
She's not done. She got smoke for Ukraine, too.
2018. And he says, if you don't get the prosecutor off that company where my son makes $80,000 a month, and if you don't get rid of him, I'm not going to give you the $1 billion that the United States promised you. Well, Joe, that's called pay to play. It's an organized criminal enterprise that we have as a president.
I think it's really funny that the Ukraine situation with Hunter Biden and Joe Biden is another like avenue attack for them, which is hilarious because like Donald Trump literally on a phone conversation that was recorded and released very openly did pay to win. Like he did that in the perfect phone call. One of the many perfect phone calls that he had, a phone call that he got impeached for, if you remember, where he openly stated, give me some dirt on Joe Biden, or else I'm going to not give you the weapons that Congress had already approved to send you. On Brandon's case, and there is a real distinction here, on Brandon's case, the Burisma prosecutors were, the Burisma prosecutor was literally called upon by the entire fucking global population that had interest in Ukraine to be fired. It had nothing to do with Hunter Biden at all. And that very same Burisma prosecutor had actually helped Hunter Biden, or at least Burisma at the time, before they called on firing him. The calling on firing the Burisma prosecutor was also bipartisan. There were literally Republicans that wrote a letter to the administration at the time to fire the prosecutor. It is almost exactly the opposite of the situation that you're trying to present. But of course, it's not even related. It's not even related to the case at all. She spent like 5 minutes just yapping about all this other shit.
President and his family. They should be ashamed, and every American should be ashamed of what happened today.
Well said. Jessica, I assume you agree with most of that?
I was struck by a lot of what the judge just said, mostly the fact that she didn't address the documents that were panning across the
Get
screen.
him, Jessica. Where is Jessica? Jessica should be fucking shitting on. Jessica should be defending Biden right now, but she's not on.
Found in the bathroom, in the shower.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Okay. I don't care about the Jessica stuff. I want to hear more from the
But is
yappers.
the judge the sole authority to make personal, just as the Bill Clinton sock drawer case proved, and just as an Obama judge ratified, that is the law. It's a civil situation. It's not criminal. So this is all nothing.
Well, and I'll tell you why it does matter. And it's not just deflection to talk about Hillary Clinton and to talk about Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. The fact that classified documents that were taken by Joe Biden when he was a senator ended up in his garage.
Wait, Jessica Tarkov? Jessica escaped from Tarkov is pregnant? She's pregante? I thought she was a libtard, bro. There's no pregante. There's no being pregnant when you're a libtard. She didn't get an abortion? Bruh. She should be out there getting abortions. What is happening? Also shocking that Fox has maternity leave. Maybe because she is the libtard on the... She was able to get that. Waiting for that late term... Yeah. Aborabo. Anyway, that's the Joe Brandon situation.